Where are you finding inspiration and your creativity right now, where you are at with your music and your art?
Well, thank you. That's a lovely question. I'm involved in the spiritual community, in the yoga community, and in the spiritual music community. And one thing that I remember you had asked about when we got involved with the yoga festival all those years ago, and I can't help but think about Reverend David, who was, I think he was one of the connections that brought us into the festival, and what an inspiration he is. So he is a
Can
spiritual
you see
teacher,
that?
Reverend David. There he is. Yep. And I worked with him for 11 years as the music director at his spiritual center in Huntington Beach. And
I
uh,
keep him right
that
next
has,
to me here.
I love it. Yeah, we've got like a kind of a shrine in our house with him too. And uh, so he is one of the people that's really influenced me spiritually in my spiritual journey. And one of the things he taught was to have a daily spiritual practice, meditation, affirmation, and prayer, MAP. And it's that's something that I always have in my life, and I think that, and it's always evolving and changing. And I'm really interested in Eastern philosophy, Zen and Buddhism, and things like that. So my spiritual journey, the musical part of my life, is is just part and parcel with that spiritual journey. So when I'm experiencing spiritual growth or trauma or setbacks or advancements, whatever's happening in my life, and it's related to my spiritual journey, it comes through my music. And so I have the honor and the privilege of being able to use music as a form of expression, as a connection, because music is such a spiritual thing. It's such a part of our soul and our spirit that we are connected with music. I also have I'm involved in music for children and young people. Sometimes I get to play music in the infant room at a preschool, and I'll go in there with my guitar and I'll play just some rhythmic sounds on the guitar, some songs that have rhythmic element to them, and I see these little tiny infants moving their bodies around, responding to the music, and I just think, music is a part of people. It's not something that we learn; it's something that just is part of us. And when we're meditating and we have music, and it's especially live music, it's like it's a conduit, to the spirit, to the interior world, and it can really be an aid in finding peace and serenity, and exploring and discovering things that
Mhm.
we want to be able to, discover and uncover, and all that stuff. So it's healing, it's inspiring, it's celebration, it's play, it's creativity, and it's just dialed right into the Tao, like the flow and the Wu Wei of life. So yeah.